What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ty from Ty Drives with the GoPro strapped to my head. In this video, we're going to be checking out some of the features, but most importantly, going on a test drive in the all-new 2027 Kia Telluride. Let's get straight to it. We'll check out some of the features, do a quick walk around, then we'll get straight to the driving. Now, this is an SX X-Line trimmable, so not quite the top of the line model, but towards the top of the trim line on the Telluride. It's got tons of different trimmables, but this is towards the top, so we got a lot of nice features to look at. Up front, we have a fully blacked out grille. You have a combination of flat black and glossy black. You have a front camera, parking sensors, LED headlights, and fog lights. Nice squared off design, so you can see lots of straight angles on this vehicle, more kind of accentuating the off-road styling on this car. This is the X line, so not quite the fully X Pro, which is like a fully, designed for off-roading. This is kind of like your in-between off-road style vehicle. So 21-inch wheels on this particular one, which is very cool, and you have these really neat looking wheel arches. Side mirrors, power fold, have cameras and turn signal indicators. You have some pretty nice roof rails up here too, and deployable door handles. Our window sticker reveals a $53,585 sticker price. A nice spoiler back here, and double sunroof setup too. The lights in this vehicle are really cool. They're kind of flush mounted with the body, and they kind of blend in with this darker color, which is really cool. Parking sensors back here, reversing camera, all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, I'd say it's a really good looking vehicle. I honestly wasn't too sure when I saw them in the pictures, but now that I see it in person, I've had some experience with it. I really like the styling of this, and it's still distinctively a Telluride, so you can tell immediately. Obviously, 3-row vehicle. One of the third row seats is folded down, so you can see how much space there is. There's hidden storage under here, spare tire tuck up underneath the bumper on the outside of the vehicle, and you have buttons to fold down the second row from back here. Now, one thing that's really cool is this kind of light, and it's customizable. It's not just like an on-off. You can adjust the brightness, which it gets really bright, and you can also adjust the hue. So if you want like a warm hue versus like a cold hue, you could do that. So pretty cool back here. Back here, obviously plenty roomy. Not the biggest SUV on the market, but definitely not the smallest. This one has window shades, a 14-speaker Meridian audio system, and captain's chairs for the second row. Very smooth leatherette, and if you press either this button or this button at the bottom, the seat will kind of do a up and tilt so that you get into the third row. Third row is pretty roomy, so this seat is kind of all the way back, and in conjunction with the third row seat that is folded up, it looks like you can set decent sized people back there. It's a nice big rear section to this double sunroof, and very cool ambient lighting. You can almost see it on this side on the door, even in the back. You have rear climate control mounted to the top here, and I'll hop in quick just to show you that there is plenty of room back here. I'm 5'10", and I have absolutely no problem with leg room. I can even scoot this seat forward quite a bit and still have enough space. There are USB-C chargers in the back and cup holders. I'm going to check out the front quickly. Pretty solid sound to the doors. And notable features up front are kind of most of your, well, I guess just say some of your seating controls are on the door, such as your seat heat and seat cooling, as well as memory settings, heated steering wheel. It's all on the driver's door. But the seats themselves are very comfortable, very customizable. So you even have power leg extensions, a couple of buttons off to the left of the dash, manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel, and that's enough of the features, blah blah. Let's get this thing started up. And throughout the test drive, we'll kind of talk you through a little bit of the buttons that's in here too. But let's buckle up for safety and twist this thing down into drive. Driving a Telluride. So our test drive is going to take us through a couple different scenarios. The only thing we're not going to do is highway driving. Since I just don't want to put a lot of miles on this. It's a brand new vehicle. It's not a press car or anything like that by any means. So we're just going to take it easy. We do have a nice state road here though, so kind of a 2-lane highway. We'll get it up to hopefully 45, maybe 50 miles an hour, and then we'll hit a back road. We'll get a couple of different tests: noise test, suspension test, and acceleration test, of course. So let's hit that state highway right now. Again, like I said, 2-lane highway. Hopefully we'll get it up to 45, 50 miles an hour, just so we could take in the sights and the sounds. Now, I have been moving this car around a little bit, so I have driven it, you know, just a little bit, nothing crazy. And my initial impressions are, you know, up at 45 miles an hour. This car it's great. It's quiet. It's comfy. I get a very minimal amount of road noise and wind noise and noise from oncoming traffic, which was a complaint that I've had from Kias in the past, but they definitely seem to have fixed that. So I'm pleasantly surprised at that. The steering feels good. You know, it's nice and light for a vehicle like this. That's what you want. But you can put it into sport mode. It heavies it up a little bit, not by much, but a little bit. And yeah, just take a listen. You can barely hear any wind noise, and again, barely hear any oncoming vehicle noise. Now, there is a little bit of engine noise that comes in. It's the 4-cylinder turbo in this vehicle is a little bit buzzy. We'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But the next test we're going to have is acceleration. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop it down into sport mode, which will kind of adjust the throttle response and the shift points of the transmission and whatnot. And as soon as this light turns green, we're going to take a right onto this nice back road. There's a straight section, not a lot of traffic, and we'll do a quick test here. So what I like to do on our acceleration test is get the vehicle up to 25 miles an hour. We'll give this guy in the Lexus some space and just kind of mash the throttle from there to kind of simulate a quick highway entrance kind of scenario, which is a real scenario that you can come up with. So here we are at 25, and here we go. Slow back down again. Brakes feel good, and yeah, I'd say acceleration is definitely adequate for this vehicle. New vehicle, new powertrain. We have a 2.5 liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder under the hood, and that replaces the outgoing V6. I believe that was a 3.8 liter V6. That was a little bit thirsty. This is a little bit more economical as far as fuel economy goes. Power figures are as follows: 274 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. So pretty good power, and it all felt pretty good. Nice smooth acceleration, nothing that's going to snap your head back, but the transmission did a nice job too, getting us in the right gear and shifting us up at the red line of I believe I saw around 6,000 RPM. Everything's all hooked up to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Right here, you shift the gears right down here at the bottom of the steering column. And depending on the trim level, you can choose between front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. There are 2 trim levels. I believe it's the LX and the SX that you can get only front-wheel drive. All of the X-Line or X-Pro trim levels come standard with all-wheel drive, and there's a couple of trim levels in between that you could choose between front wheel and all-wheel drive. Just going over this fairly bumpy road. It's very unsettling, lots of quick elevation change and potholes and things like that and imperfections on the road. It feels really, really comfortable. No sort of jarring suspension movements or shakes or rattles or anything like that. Very, very comfortable suspension setup, I would say. And you don't really get any jarring sounds either. So sometimes you get the, you know, the jiggles or the kind of suspension noise. None of that. So we've got some curvaceous corners up here, so we'll kind of feel out the suspension in that regard too. Obviously it's an SUV, it's going to have a little body roll, that's to be expected. But actually going around these corners here, the steering weights up nicely. So if you are that person who likes to, you know, feel the road and you know, kind of have a more of a weighted steering, then definitely put it into sport. Because this steering wheel does weight up nicely. I can't say there's a whole lot of road feel throughout the steering wheel. There's not a lot of communication to the road, but it does have a nice weight to it. Oh, let's switch it back. Let's try eco mode, actually. Immediately I could feel that it dials back the throttle response. And it makes the steering wheel a lot lighter too. Overall, I'm just really impressed at most aspects on this vehicle. The way it drives, the features that it has, and the way it puts the features down too. There's a lot of good stuff in this car. Interesting driving technique there. Yeah, overall, I'd have to say I'm extremely impressed with this car. The one thing that really, really does impress me about the newer Kias is the screen and the whole interface. Like I mentioned in my full features review, which you should go check out that channel, everything is just integrated very nicely. Everything's very user-friendly, easy to get used to, and I really like that part about the new Kias. And to end this video, I thank each and every one of you for watching, and I hope you stick with us for future videos, including the full features review on this particular vehicle that should be popping up on your screen right now. Again, thank you very much for watching.